This is Tim Friesen with Walking Adventures International, and my story today is a somber one. It's not pleasant, but it's important that it be heard because it's part of how we as a human race need to learn from our mistakes. Often it doesn't happen. We tend to repeat our mistakes, but I'm in Treblinka in Poland. And many of you may not have heard of the name Treblinka. We hear the big names like Auschwitz. But Treblinka was a massive extermination site. Nothing more than that. The difference between Treblinka and places like Auschwitz was a concentration camp, a work camp. People were murdered there, of course, hundreds of thousands. But they were also sent there to work. Treblinka was built specifically as an extermination camp. And so I'm going to show you some of what I saw today and describe Treblinka just a little bit. What you're looking at here is where the train tracks were from the cattle cars that would come in and bring the Jews to Treblinka. And so they would run right along here. I'm standing on the platform itself right here. And they would offload about 100 Jews from each cattle car. And none of the buildings exist here anymore in Treblinka. Why? Because the Germans, the Nazis, tried to hide what they were doing. It only existed from April of 1942 to August of 1943. So about 16 months. And during that time, it is estimated, the last estimations, is that they killed about 900,000 people. These rocks up here with the names of countries signify every country that had people that were transported to Treblinka. They would offload them off the trains right here, and then there were buildings right along here where they would take their valuables, cut their hair if they were women, and then along here on the left-hand side were buildings for the men, and to the right, buildings for the ladies. And they would strip them, take their clothes off, take their valuables, and then they would run them, always running them. Why? Because if you're running them, their lungs open up, which causes the gas from the gas chamber to do its work faster. So they'd run them up there, this direction right here, most of the time men first, into the gas chamber, and then the ladies would follow. If you were old or sick or children, over this direction over here was an area that looked like a first aid station. It had the red cross on the white flag. What they really did is took them in there, took them behind the building, shot them, big hole, throw them in, and burn the bodies. All of these stones you see here are cities that are represented where people lived and then were brought here to be exterminated. I don't have enough time to walk you through the whole area. As you can see, there are no buildings here. This is a museum. This is not like Auschwitz with actual buildings. But the story that's told here is massive because in less than 16 months, they killed almost 1 million people. People with lives like you and I. Forget the numbers. Think about the fact that every one of those numbers is somebody who had a life to live. And that life was taken from them. Not because of anything they'd done wrong. Because they were born as a particular race. It's been a somber day here. But I'm glad I was able to come. Look up Treblinka. Check it out on YouTube or your favorite source. read about it, not because you're going to enjoy it, but because the more people that understand what went on here and places like it, maybe the better chance we have of avoiding doing it again. This is Tim Friesen with Walking Adventures, signing off.